Out there on the avenue, all by myself. You sure need help from the bottom. I seen a preacher man tried to help her. How she cussed him out and hit him in the head with a bottle. Hit him in the head with a bottle. Hey, don't you think it's a crime when time after time, people in the bottle, we're gonna get busy here today. It's going to be a quick day. It's Freedom Friday. It's Friday, October. I'm moving us ahead. October 23rd, and it's 107. We're getting ready to kick it off. Let's get to rocking and rolling. It's Freedom Friday. Hey, don't forget to call in. Did I open up the lines? Let's see here. Did I open up the software to open up the lines? No, I didn't. Let me go and try to do that. Let's see here. So look, I'm sure you watched the debates last night, and but before the debates, we had a great thing happen. We had Tony Bolinski come on, and Tony was very clear that Joe Biden was in the family business. Joe Biden was running the family business, and Hunter was just a conduit. He was just a step away. As Joe Biden said last night, I never took a dime from a foreign country. You never took a dime. No, you didn't take a dime from a foreign country. You took it from your own LLC or your own S Corp via Hunter and his nonsense. But look, there's a gentleman, and we need to play this clip. Let me see here. Is this coming up? Yeah, it's up. Okay, so I'm going to pull this on. Sorry about that.
Welcome back, host. Have a great show.
Okay, so we'll pull that up. We'll pull up Tony and have Tony talk to us about what happened. So listen, I'm going to play Tony's confession. I'm going to play Tony's connection of the Bidens to China and Russia. And the president alluded to these things. But if you hadn't heard Tony Bolinski talk about these things earlier, which no one did if you weren't listening to Fox, because no other network carried it. So we're going to carry it right here. And we're going to play Tony Bolinski talking about how Donald Trump, how Biden is connected to all these shenanigans and all of Hunter's business deals. This is good. You can't make this stuff up. I'm trying to play this. Let's see if we can make this work. Let's see if I can make it work. Let's see here. I may not be able to make this work. If not, I'll go out and get, machine trying to lock up on me again. Here we go. Let's see.
Good evening. My name is Tony Bobulinski. I served as a lieutenant in the United States Navy with high security clearance. My father and grandfather both served for decades in our country's armed forces. Since leaving the Navy, I've been involved in various successful businesses, both in this country and abroad. I'm making this statement to set the record straight about them.
Oh, okay.
Also heard that Vice President Biden said on Tuesday that Senator Ron Johnson, the chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, should be ashamed for suggesting that Biden family sought to profit from their name. Well, here are the facts I know, and everything I'm saying is corroborated by emails, WhatsApp chats, agreements, documents, and other evidence. And the American people can judge for themselves. I brought, I guess, for record, 3 phones, that spanned the years 2015 through 2018. These phones have never been held by anybody else besides myself. I was told this past Sunday by somebody who was also involved in this matter that if I went public this information, it would bury all of us, man. The Bidens included. I have no wish to bury anyone. I've never been political. The few contributions I have made have been to Democrats. But what I am is a patriot and a veteran. To protect my family name and my business reputation, I need to ensure that the true facts are out there. In late 2015, I was approached by James Gillier, whom I had known for many years, about joining him in a deal which he said would involve the Chinese state-owned enterprise CEFC China Energy and what he called one of the most prominent families in the United States. I was informed first by Gillier and then by Hunter Biden and by Rob Walker, who was working with the Bidens, that the Bidens wanted to form a new entity with CFC, which was to invest in infrastructure, real estate, and technology in the U.S. and around the world. And the entity would initially be capitalized with $10 million and then grow to billions of dollars of investment capital. After months of discussion, I agreed at Gillier and Hunter Biden's request to become CEO of the entity to be called Sinohawk. Sino representing the Chinese side, Hawk representing Hunter Biden's brother Bo's favorite animal. And between February and May 2017, we exchanged numerous emails, documents, and WhatsApp messages concerning Sinohawk and its potential business. On May 2nd, 2017, the night before Joe Biden was to appear at the Milken Conference, I was introduced to Joe Biden by Jim Biden and Hunter Biden. At my approximately hour-long meeting with Joe that night, we discussed the Biden's history, the Biden's family business plans with the Chinese, with which he was plainly familiar, at least at a high level. After that meeting, I had numerous communications with Hunter, Walker, Gillier, and Jim Biden regarding the allocation of the equity ownership of Sinohawk. On May 13th, 2017, I received an email concerning allocation of equity, which says 10% held by H for the big guy. In that email, there's no question that H stands for Hunter, big guy for his father, Joe Biden, and Jim for Jim Biden. In fact, Hunter often referred to his father as the big guy or my chairman. On numerous occasions, it was made clear to me that Joe Biden's involvement was not to be mentioned in writing, but only face-to-face. In fact, I was advised by Gillier and Walker that Hunter and Jim Biden were paranoid about keeping Joe Biden's involvement secret. I also had a disagreement with Hunter about the funds CFC was contributing to Sinohawk. Hunter wanted $5 million of those funds to go to himself and his family, so he wanted the funds wired directly to an entity affiliated with him. I objected because that was contrary to our written agreements concerning Sinohawk. He said, referring to the chairman, his father, that CFC was really investing in the Biden family, that he held the Trump card, and that he was the one putting his family legacy on the line. He also said to me on May 17th, 2017, that CFC wanted to be my partner, to be partner with the Bidens. During these negotiations, I repeated to Hunter and others that Sinohawk could not be Hunter's personal piggy bank. And I demanded that proper corporate governance procedures be implemented for capital distributions. Hunter became very upset with me. CFC through July 2017 was assuring me the funds would be transferred to Sinohawk, but they were never sent to our company. Instead, I found out from Senator Johnson's September report that the $5 million was sent in August 2017 to entities affiliated with Hunter. Tomorrow, I will be meeting with the Senate committee members concerning this matter, and I will be providing to the FBI the devices which contain the evidence corroborating what I have said. So I will not be taking any questions at this time.
Wow. Wow. Is
I will
that
not be taking
powerful?
questions at this time.
Is that powerful? Is that powerful?
The evidence
That
sits
is
on these
more
three
than
phones.
powerful.
I don't want to go into anything any further.
That is more than
This will all
powerful,
be
isn't it?
discussed with Senator Johnson
I
and his
tell you.
committee, and the American people can decide what's fact.
You cannot. Here we go. Here we go. See, they're awfully inquisitive about who's paying for him to be here. That's amazing.
Good evening.
That's amazing. They don't want
My
to
name
say
is Tony Bobolinsky.
Tony
I
Bobolinsky.
served as a lieutenant in the United States Navy
I'm
with
trying
high
to.
security clearance. My father and grandfather
I'm trying
both
to
served for decades in our country's armed
cut
forces.
this off.
Since leaving the Navy, I've been
Let's see
involved in
here.
various successful businesses, both in this country and
Let's
abroad.
see.
I'm
Tony
making the statement
Bobolinsky. Yeah, we cut that off. I hope. Yeah.
to set the record straight about the involvement
Tony,
of the
come
Biden
on.
family, Vice President
see.
Biden, his brother Jim Biden,
Here we go.
and his son Hunter Biden
Here we go.
in dealings with the Chinese.
Let's close this out.
I've heard Joe Biden say that he's never discussed business with Hunter.
Okay.
That is false. I first
All right. Hopefully we got
directly
this.
dealt with the Biden family, including Joe Biden. I have also heard that Vice President Biden said on Tuesday that Senator Ron Johnson, the chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, should be ashamed for suggesting that Biden family sought to profit from their name. Well, here are the facts I know, and everything I'm saying is corroborated by emails, WhatsApp chats, agreements, documents, and other evidence.
Okay. So we cut that off. Folks, hold on. What we're going to do is, I was playing that from another computer, so I'll have to go over there and cut it off real quick, and we'll continue. Okay? So hold on. Give me 10 seconds.
I was told this past Sunday by somebody who was also involved in this matter that if I went public with this information, it'd be very all of us, man. I served as a lieutenant. I have no wish to bury anyone.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, because of my setup, I was crazy. I was running all around, Oh my God. Hey, but look, you guys, you can call in at 215-867-8255. Check us out. 215-867-8255. We're out here. It's Freedom Friday. Call in. Let's talk about the debate. I mean, man, just Joe Biden. And I'm sure everybody's playing this, that, Joe was, how Joe's responding, and Kamala Harris has had to clean up after Joe. So she's had to clean up on Biden, and he's saying, fracking, man, I'm gonna get rid of fracking. And Trump had a nice piece on that. I taped it, but I can't play it because actually it's on another computer, and I'm switching between the two. But the president, he is too damn funny. This morning, Kamala Harris said, she's trying to clean it up, right? She steps off this jet. She's looking great. And she says she's trying to clean it up for old Joe. And, there is no cleanup. Joe said what he said. He meant what he said. He is going to stop fracking. There's no ifs, ands, wherefores about it. He's going to stop fracking. And folks are out here trying to, like I said, Kamala jumps off the plane today, and she's trying to clean it up. But Joe stepped in it, and she's in Atlanta. She's in Atlanta today. Now, she'll have a bigger crowd than Joe, but Joe can't get a crowd. He can't get he can't get anyone to come out and sing. Nobody wants to see old Sleepy Joe. Isn't that amazing? Now, Trump has thousands. I mean, thousands of people waiting to see him. In fact, last night I had a guy I moderated a debate party. It was great. Great people, great energy. And like I said, today, Harris has said that Joe Biden won't stop fracking. Now they know that's a damn lie. They know, both of them have said they'll stop fracking. They didn't qualify it. They didn't say on federal land. They said we're going to stop fracking. We're going to end fracking. We're going to end the oil industry. It's dirty. And Joe Biden, when I'd get up and my mother would take me to school in the morning, there were oil on the windshields, and it's a dirty. Oh man, you folks in Pennsylvania. You folks in Texas, New Mexico, look out, because Joe is coming for your jobs. Okay? Joe's coming for your jobs without consequence. Joe is coming for your jobs. Joe said, hey, I'm going to definitely come and get those jobs. We're going to end fracking. You can believe that. So, it's been good. It was a good debate. I think that Trump won. I think Trump won hands down. But if you listen to MSNBC and the likes of those people, they would tell you that no, Joe didn't win. Trump didn't win, that Joe won. And I'm going, how in the hell? How did they get to Joe Biden winning any damn thing? Joe was half asleep. Joe was half asleep on the stage, man. How could he win anything? How did he know what was going on? That's what I want to know. The guy was out of it. So I'm looking for this Harris clip. And, it's really interesting how the history is stored in, let's see here. Did an excellent job of presenting his closing argument. Let's see. I was wearing like a baby, looking like a baby. Here it is. Camilla. I love it. YouTube. Here we go. So Camilla jumps off the plane today in Atlanta.
Are you over 25?
She says, hey, guess what?
Have a clean driving.
She says, guess what? Joe didn't mean to say what he said when he said it. I mean, we're going to definitely deal with this with fracking, but Joe didn't mean fracking. He was going to stop fracking, period. He didn't really mean that. So here we go. We're going to play Camilla.
What do you say to workers in the energy sector now, particularly the oil industry, who might be worried about what the vice president said last night about transitioning away?
Let's be really clear about this. Joe Biden is not going to ban fracking. He is going to deal with those oil subsidies, but that's the president likes to put everything out of context. But let's be clear. What Joe was talking about was banning subsidies, but he will not ban fracking in America. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, what a big fib. That's such a fib, Camilla. You know it's a fib. And so the question becomes, these people just lie. And like, we're stupid, okay? So you go up here, you heard what Camilla just said, right? I'm going to play Camilla. And I'm going to play Camilla on fracking Biden and fracking watch. This is what Trump had to say at one of his rallies. It was so funny. It was too funny. Biden says, hey, I'm going to ban fracking. There's no question. We're going to ban fracking. We're going to get to clean energy. We're going to make sure that you have clean energy. Other won't have to get the oil off the windshields. And you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So since you can't make this stuff up, the president is very clear, and he had this video. It's a great video too. And he's playing this video of Biden and Kamala Harris talking about fracking, and it's amazing. Let's listen to it. Here we go.
Any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated and no more subsidies for either one of those.
I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel. No more, no new fracking. I gradually move away from fracking.
And I think it's critically important on day one that we end any fossil fuel leases on public lands.
Well, what about, say, stopping fracking and stopping pipeline infrastructure and
They want to do the same thing I want to do. They want to phase out fossil fuels, and we're going to phase out fossil fuels.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Hey, they're going to ban fracking. You heard Camilla. You heard Biden say that from their own mouth. We're going to ban fracking. What else do they need to say? We're going to ban fracking. That's the bottom line. We're going to ban that dirty industry. You can't. I'm telling you, man, you can't make this stuff up. It is hilarious. See, and that's why history is far more interesting than fiction. I never have been a fiction fan. I've never, spent a lot of time reading fiction. I always read biographies, history, and never really, I could get into the Three Musketeers, of course. They were swashbucklers, and it was written by a black dude, Alexander Dumas. So how could I not be a fan of the Three Musketeers? But that aside, it's always just to me interesting that folks. Let's see, somebody's supposed to call me and call in and say hello. This guy called me and said, "Hey man, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call into your show." Let's see here. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, we got Larry. Larry's going to reach out, call in, and spend a little time with us. Yep. His phone is ringing. And I got a picture up right now of the Senate floor. Looks like they're getting ready to do some damage here. I don't know what they're getting ready to do, but people are walking around the Senate floor, hanging out. Okay, so, but can you believe it? I mean, I thought the debate last night was outstanding. I thought that President Trump held his own. I think that he held Biden's feet to the fire. And you heard Tony Bobulinski talk about how entrenched the Bidens were and connected to these scandals. And see, this is the thing why Washington didn't want to touch it. Because I think all of these people in one way or another, there are very few people that are not touched by dipping. And I look at Ron Johnson from Wisconsin. He seems like a great guy, not connected in that pay-to-play thing. And I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll give Jim Jordan the benefit of the doubt. There are a lot of guys up there that give the benefit of the doubt, but you have politicians who have played the game way too long and made a hell of a lot of money. Hell of a lot of money. So right now, I'm looking at the live stream from the Senate chambers, and I wonder what these guys are doing. Oh, they're going to. Oh, okay. This is old. This is old news here. Yeah, they're going to. Oh no, they're getting ready to start this. This is 27 minutes ago. I'm looking at a feed from C-SPAN, and they're going to debate and vote on Judge Barrett's nomination to the Supreme Court. To the Supreme Court. I love it. Justice Barrett has a ring to it, has a nice ring to it, Justice Barrett. Yeah, I love it. So anyway, it's all good. But I think that most people, most sensible people think that President Trump won last night. I don't think that's up for debate, or it shouldn't be up for debate. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the chat is going to be, the chat room is opened up, and you guys can call in 215-867-8255. We have a caller out here. I think this is Larry, one of the guys who was at the debate party last night. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. You're a great American.
Thank you.
And
man.
I love my fellow Democrats in Chicago that are waking up. They're starting to realize all the years of the Democratic chokehold that it was put on them. And they're, walking away from the chokehold. It's not easy, but the fact is, it's happening. It's happening quietly. And my concern, though, is the little intel I have, which is good intel. There's a large turnout of early voting, and it's predominantly supporters of the BLM Antifa movement. And they are coming strong so that they get their votes in, and then they're going to show up on election day. And knowing that a lot of the senior citizen, elderly, the ones that are like set in their own ways of going in election day, like all Americans, should do, they're going to show up on election day and cause havoc so that the people get stressed out and they just won't vote. So these are the little games that the Democrats are doing. Furthermore, it's not just that game. I just think Joe Biden is part of the big game for the leftists to get their main candidate in, wild card Kamala Harris. That is the big game. And last night, watching that debate, Charles, I was just sick about how Joe just kept going on. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't know how many times. It was like 8 times. Every time he lost his train of thought, he was just using that line. The guy is rude, crude, but he's a 47-year political prostitute that has been allowed to exist and go on because he has so much dirt on other candidates that he got the lead to become the candidate because he had the influence with China and Russia to get all this extra money into the pockets of all the other corrupt, deep Democrats, the ones that have been around it for a long time. So that debate really, if anybody came out of there and thought that, Biden won, they are just full of malarkey. Because Facebook, for instance, Facebook won't even let you fact check Biden or use those words, Charles.
Yeah, you told me you got hit. I think, man, I tell you, I had a great time last night at the party. A lot of good people there. Nice turnout. Manageable crowd. I'm looking at. I was looking when I got home. I turned on the television. I was watching CNN and MSNBC, and they to a person thought that Joe Biden. They didn't say it was a draw. They didn't say it was even. They said that Joe Biden won hands down. I don't understand how that could be when you have Tony Bobulinski, who stands there and says, Joe Biden is a crook. I can, on my family name, on my reputation, I cannot let this man go forward without telling the world that he's a crook. And what did the people say?
What a great man! And what a great man!
And what do the pundits and what do the other people? Well, he's above. It's like when that lady accused him of putting his hands in her panties. I bet you, I would not put it past him. I think he definitely put his hand in her panties. I know I would want to put my hand in her panties the way she used to look. She was a good-looking girl, so I mean, I'm an all-American boy. I'm an all-American boy.
I love that.
I got blood running through my veins. I'm a boy. I'm a real man. Yeah, and I'm sexually attracted, and I'm horny. I have sex with women. Yes. Yes, I look at you as a sexual object, no question. That's what men and women do. It's a normal thing. Okay.
But Charles, a good point you just brought up. Who silenced her now? The credible lady that her credibility is because she shared this story with many people many years back. So it wasn't something that just came up.
Her mother,
like, she just decided that
her mother,
yes,
her mother
correct.
came out and said, yes, she told me what happened to her. And I called his office. And, I mean, easy to check the records, I mean, especially today, but nobody wants to know old dirty Joe because all of them have some dirt up there. Someone was telling me that 30% of the Congress, 30% of the Congress, House and Senate are homosexuals. See, I don't use that term G-A-Y. G-A-Y is an emotion. Being gay is an emotion. That's a word that they've told. And, I used to love to go to San Francisco. Man, I used to love to go to San Francisco so much that I would clear my Nordstrom's card so that I could fly up to San Francisco the day after Christmas on the 26th. And they always had a big men's sale. And they had the most beautiful suits at this particular Nordstrom's in San Francisco. Because, San Francisco is like, I lived in San Diego. So it was like back east. I mean, they had the beautiful suits and, the canales and, just beautiful suits. Zigna. And they were at a great price. So anyway, long story short, I wouldn't step foot in San Francisco today. It is so crazy. It's so whack. You got, the last time I was there was human feces all over the sidewalks and guys walking up trying to touch you. And you know what I would say when one of those guys would walk toward me? If you touch me, I'm going to shoot you. And I guess they look at my eye and say, this is a black man. This is a black man who does not care about me. This is a black man who obviously is a killer. So I should leave him alone. He's not one of those Martin Luther King kind of guys. Even though he looks like one, he looks all intelligent and everything, but the guy's a real killer, dude. I can see that.
I love that. And that is a great point you brought up about San Francisco and all the dirt in the streets. Who's the senator or the elected officials in that area? That's concern. Who let that area just turn into a blight and trash?
Well, it started under
Kamala Harris.
No, it started under Willie Brown, who was. It started under Willie Brown, who was Kamala Harris's boyfriend. So it started under Willie.
Wow.
And then Gavin Newsom at some point became mayor of San Francisco before he became the governor of California. So, so there's a long legacy to blame there, dude. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, a long legacy with a lot of money there, and the money. It's like, you know what? That is the sad part. Is where there's people with money just don't want to admit that they made mistakes voting for the Democrats. And one of the best things I could say about President Trump, Charles, he has opened the eyes of the Democrats to see how the corruption really, really, really works.
Let me ask you
what? There's a couple of things that.
Let me ask you this.
A couple of things that Biden may have told the truth. He may have not taken money from the communist China, but the fact is he got the money from the communist China through his son, the crackhead.
Yeah, well,
was used as the go-to guy.
He was very specific, and he said, "I did not receive any money from a foreign government."
Yes,
that was the specificity.
That was exact words.
Yeah,
yes,
but in reality, as you pointed out, and others, that he received money through his corporation. So he's telling the truth, sort of. But I mean, a guy who graduates from the bottom of his law class, I mean, what do you expect? So anyway, long story short, nobody wants to carry this. I heard Joy Reid say that it's a hoax. It's slanderous. I mean, these people refuse. And they refuse to. They talked about. They didn't even listen to Tony Bebelinsky. They won't listen to him. So they think if they don't listen to him, that this is going to go away. But I have some serious questions about AG Barr. I have some serious questions about the FBI director. This stuff should have been out at the beginning of the year. That's when this stuff should have been out. And these people, what are we paying them to do? See, the president keeps hiring people that are no good. And, he's hiring these people because he has bad advisors around him. And, if the president hired me to talk about, well, Charles, what do you think about how do we get black voters? And I said, well, Mr. President, what you have to talk about is how Democrats defunded HBCUs. I said, the numbers are there. You funded HBCUs. Democrats historically have defunded and underfunded HBCUs. That's just a fact. Republican presidents and Republican Congresses have always funded HBCUs and that's the opposite of the public, spear this out here. Joe Biden talks all this talk, but did Joe Biden help fund HBCUs? No. Joe Biden has an HBCU in Delaware. See, this is things that I know. He's surrounded by all these white guys and all these black people who don't know a damn thing. And they just became a Republican. I was a Democrat all my life, and I just saw the light. And these white Republicans run to them. Right. I've been a Republican all my life. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to Raynard Jackson. They don't want to talk to people who have been Republicans. It's just like when the RNC came here to Chicago, and they wanted to step over all the local black Republicans to bring in a guy from Philadelphia to run the outreach program. We said, oh, hell no. We got people here who will pay somebody who's here, who's been here working. See, but that's the kind of treatment we've been getting from our Republican Party. And see, I know these things, and other Republicans know these things, and they don't want that to get out. It's like, oh, we're just, nobody's perfect. And I'm not saying that. I'm not bitching. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm not going to let you get away with the BS. Correct it. Okay.
Well said.
So last night.
Well said. And
so last night when we were looking at the debate, and they were giving us a hard time getting set up and everything and trying to deny putting the sound on and all kinds of crap. I'm thinking to myself, why are we here spending money with these people who don't want us here? I that should be a good lesson for our people. My thing is when people don't want me around, I don't spend money with them. I don't spend time with them. I don't spend money with them. There's no reason. And so we need to do that. We need to get ahead of that, and we need to stay ahead of that. Today is my day I call Freedom Friday. So I'm just we take calls from people, and we talk about things they want to talk about. So I wanted to ask you. You mentioned Democrats. So are you hearing a lot of Democrats who are going to vote for Trump here in Illinois? Is that what you alluded to? Or
I am hearing a large voice of Democrats, union guys, union workers, African Americans, Hispanics, a large group. Some of them are silent, some of them are very vocal, but President Trump has touched their hearts, and they're starting to realize that listening to the mainstream media is a joke, and they feel like they've been laughed at for far too long. The other side is the millenniums, though. That's the group of men specifically. I just keep telling them that you guys aren't real men. You're voting like you have a different sex organ. You're worried about, them taking away possible abortion, which is not going to happen. What does that have to do with you? The Millennium Men are spineless. They can't stand up because they want to be accepted. They don't want to be ashamed, with their friends or on social media. That is the sad part. But I love my African American friends. The age bracket, those, the older African Americans, they still think that we're in 1950s Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
The Democratic Party is not the same.
But they never listen. No. Let me correct you. For 1 second. The Democrat Party was never for civil rights. The Democrat Party was never for civil rights. Let's be clear. The Kennedys were not for civil rights. Johnson was not for civil rights. The only real Democrat that was a civil rights advocate was Hubert Humphrey. But the rest of those jokers, they were ardent racists. Kennedy was a racist, man. That's why Jackie Robinson wouldn't support him. He went to Jackie Robinson and asked for Jackie Robinson's support, and Jackie said no.
Interesting. Very good. Thanks for the clarity. How about your friend Reverend Jackson? Where was he?
He was nobody. He's nobody
during debate.
During the debate, I don't know where he was during the debate. But see, when you start doing your homework on Jesse Jackson, Jesse and Donald Trump were connected at the hip. Jesse was good friends with Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Are you doing dishes in the background?
Huh?
Are you doing dishes?
Yeah, no, I got somebody here that's cleaning my house.
Okay.
Here. Sorry, go ahead.
So the reality is,
hello?
Yeah, the reality is Donald Trump helped Jesse fund his 84 and 88 presidential run. Donald Trump helped Jesse Jackson secure and help finance his Wall Street project, where Jesse tried to go to Wall Street and hold up the Wall Street companies for money, and if they didn't hire blacks, he was going to call boycotts and all this other stuff. And that got shut down. But Donald Trump was the money. There's a great video out on YouTube where Jesse Jackson gives Donald Trump a Lifetime Achievement Award for helping black people in 1999. So when I point that out to these morons, you know what they say to me? Oh, that was 20 years ago. What is he now? I said, it's no different. What do you mean? Man, people are so dumb today. It's pathetic. Okay. And that was 20 years ago. And and they try to sound so smart. And they're so fucking dumb. It's like
yeah.
It's like you remember the surfer boy, the do. These surfer boys were always good looking, blonde haired, great bodies, but dumb as dirt, right? Like nobody's home. Remember the dumb blonde? You and I come along when there was the dumb blonde. All blondes were dumb, right? Well, that really hasn't changed.
I love it. Yeah.
It really hasn't changed except for image. So now you have these dumb, ignorant entertainers who didn't go to school. They were the morons in class. They didn't go to class. They were the dummies because they were the artistes. I'm artistic. I don't read books. I don't need to read books because I'm an artist. And these are people who are spokesmen. They're, I endorse Joe Biden because, he believes in free health care but he's going to take how much of my money? When? What did 50 Cent say? 50 Cent say, I don't want to be 20 Cent. I'm supporting Donald Trump.
Yeah. That was a great quote.
Yeah.
That was an awesome quote.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't want to be 20 Cent.
Have you had opportunity to vote early?
No, I'm going to vote in person, bro.
You're gonna wait till then?
I'm going to vote.
And what if Antifa or BLM causes a commotion, or the governor, the Democratic low-life governor in Illinois decides to close down all of the in-person because of COVID, the Chinese fake virus?
I don't know if it's fake, but I'm going to vote. Let me just be clear. Let me be clear, Larry.
Well, I got to retract that. I apologize. It's not a fake virus. It is a virus, but it's this lockdown is a concern, and it's bothering me. So,
I want to. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to vote in person.
It's not a fake virus.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to vote in person because I feel it's important to vote in person. Yes. I want my vote to count. I don't want to trust anyone to harvest my vote and take it to here and not count. No, I'm going to go right into that damn booth and I'm going to have them tally my vote on November 3rd. Now, Antifa or whomever those groups you mentioned, I'm a former vet and I can take care of myself and others. I am not going to be intimidated. I am, I'm a black conservative, man, black Republican. I used to have death threats, dude. When I was on WVON, people used to threaten my life. And I used to tell them, come on down. I ain't shot nobody in a long time. See, when you talk like that, it's just like Antifa. See that boy up in Kenosha, when he shot those Antifa people, you ain't seen nobody else getting beat up, have you?
Right. That's it's so true. But I already voted. I already voted in person.
Well, that's not bad. I think those votes will be counted, but I intend to vote the old-fashioned way. And I resent the fact that these people can sign you up and you can vote on the day of. That just leads to fraud because you can never check and find out who these people are. Like here in Illinois, they've issued driver's license to these illegals, and they're using them to try to act like they're citizens. It's against, not only is it against the law in the United States to vote in our elections, it's against the Mexican Constitution for a Mexican to vote in our election. It's in the Mexican Constitution that a Mexican citizen cannot vote in another country's elections. It's in their Constitution. Hello.
Yes. Hello. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. That was just an exclamation mark. Yeah. That was just an exclamation mark.
Have you heard about the 19,600 driver's licenses that were found at O'Hare coming from China?
No.
With undocumented voters' names on them?
No.
That was a true story. O'Hare workers found them, and I'm not sure if they turned them over to FBI, but that's a big number. That's 19,600 votes that the conservatives have to, balance out somehow. And those are the driver's licenses that, undocumented voters are using to vote.
Yeah, to register.
These are the little things.
To register to vote.
To register and then to show up at the poll and vote.
Yeah, because you don't need an ID in the state of Illinois to vote. And but I went to last time I voted, I asked for a Republican ballot. And this guy and this woman, this black woman, she scrunched her face up and she gives me my ballot. And this guy said, "Do you have any ID?" I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Do you have any ID?" I said, "The law says that you don't need an ID to vote in the state of Illinois. So why are you asking me for ID?" He said, "I just thought I'd ask." And I said, "I just thought I'd tell you, hell no." How about that?
She asked and you answered like a real Republican.
Hey, I answered like
I love it. Well, it was enjoyable spending time with you. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
And please, everyone, if you're able to go vote in person, if you have, if there's handicap or any other issues, let's find some good Americans to help these other voters out so that their vote gets into the system and gets counted.
Okay, great, Larry. Thank you so much.
It's going to be a very close election.
Yep.
Very close election. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
God bless
You
America.
Too.
Bye.
All right, bye. Hey, folks, we're almost at the end of the show, and I love this stuff. That was the guy who was at the party last night, Larry. He's a good guy. I've known him for quite a long time. He's followed me in my broadcast career. So look, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got about 4 minutes left. And I was just thinking if I was going to play another clip for you, because I got a bunch of them, man. I had a bunch of them lined up and I just couldn't download them fast enough. Let's see. Where was that? Let's see. Here it is. Let's see right here. Fracking flip flop of Bartlett's nomination. Biden fracking. Yeah, Biden. Man, you can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you, you can't make it up. So, old Joe said, wait a minute, I'm going to, how can this guy really think that somebody is really going to take him serious about not fracking? How can we believe him when all he does is he lies and he lies? And he talks about character. And I have more character than Donald Trump. We're not talking about character here. We're talking about what you're going to do for the American people, dude. Later for character, we're talking about what are you going to do for the American people, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Mr. Former Vice President. It's not going to happen. Now the thing is, Biden looked at his watch before he very slammed Obama. Listen to this. Change. Watch this.
President Trump, you say that environmental regulations have hurt jobs in the energy sector. Vice President Biden, you have said you see addressing climate change as an opportunity to create new jobs. For each of you,
is the cleanest, crystal clear water, the cleanest air. We have the best, lowest number in carbon emissions, which is a big standard that I notice Obama goes with all the time. Not Joe. I haven't heard Joe use the term because I'm not sure he knows what it represents or means, but I have heard Obama use it. And we have the best carbon emission numbers that we've had in 35 years under this administration.
That. We're going to be in a position where we're going to see to it that we're going to take 4 million existing buildings and 2 million existing homes and retrofit them so they don't leak as much energy, saving hundreds of millions of barrels of oil in the process and creating significant number of jobs. And by the way, the whole idea of what this is all going to do, it's going to create millions of jobs and it's going to clean the environment. Our health and our jobs are at stake. That's what's happening. And what right now, by the way, Wall Street firms indicated that my plan will in fact create 18.6 million jobs, 7 million more than his. This is from Wall Street.
That's not true. They had this thing called Bidenomics that came out. And all these, they just said Joe's lying. I mean, did you see Trump's face when he said that? Donald Trump made a face like, I mean, really? I mean, the dude is just lying. Wall Street did not back Biden on this policy, by the way, and on his so-called claims that he's going to have so many jobs. It's amazing. But look, we got to run. So we're out of here. No bumper music today. But hey, tune in Monday. We got some great guests. Have a good one. Be safe this weekend. And don't forget to vote. Okay, so we're out of red state. Let me cut that off. Boom, gone. Okay, cool. Cut that off. Boom, 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 gone. Okay, so it's been great out here. I'm gonna finish up this conversation. Yeah, who said? Why are you trying to bring up that old stuff? Who said that? Robert. Who said that? Are you still out there, Robert? I don't remember who said that. Are you trying to break up this old stuff? Okay. Hey, well, look, guys, we're going to end the show here out here on YouTube. We'll be back Monday. Have your friends and family tune in. We're going to keep it a family show. We're not going to curse, we're going to use big words, the 3-syllable words that children can go to their thesaurus or their dictionary and look up. Roberts. Let's see, that's based on regarding Jesse Jackson and Donald Trump. Oh, okay. 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 All right, guys. Hey, we out of here. Let's see. Jay Stewart say just jumped off Roland Martin page before I throw. Roland Martin, man, I tell you, I love Roland. That's my boy. But his politics, I hate his politics, but Roland's a great guy. I love Roland. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's a nice man. Politics, his analogy, his logic, I can't take. But I like the guy. He's a good dude. He really is. He's really a good dude. So, hey, look, you all, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you on Monday. Take care. And like I said, I'm gonna keep it going here.